serious injury, sudden tragedy that turned my life around 180 degrees was not a bad thing. It kind of cleared the fog away and made me come to realizations of who I was that had nothing to do with what I did. So I saw that as quite a gift. Then I started teaching yoga. I met Helen. Hi, Helen. Laughter yoga, the best. And I started teaching. So I've been teaching meditation and yoga and, again, doing all the right things, thinking I got it all figured out. And 4 months ago, I ended up in open heart surgery again for the second time. Only this time I had a valve replaced, a triple bypass, the aortic arch. Ian talked about all the sensors in there all replaced. And post-surgery, it didn't go according to plan. I ended up being intubated and in ICU for way longer. My heart just couldn't get in a rhythm, and your heart has like this rhythm to it that is like a musical beat, and it wouldn't come. And so even though I was intubated, I was aware that I was intubated, that I wasn't in the right place. And I just assumed that the surgery didn't work and that it was time to die. And I really wanted to die. In the periods in pain, I felt like there's this black cloth over me. And I wish I had a story to come and tell you that I passed over to the other side and it's all good, like there's unicorns and rainbows, but I'm sorry that didn't happen. But I can tell you, and people love to hear those stories. Me too, I love to hear those stories. It didn't happen to me, but a miracle did happen. And what happened is when I wanted to die, the intubation tube that breathes for you is down your throat, and I kept trying to clamp it down with my teeth to shut it off, but every time I do that, this nurse would run over and stop it. But unbeknownst to me, I was aware my family, my daughter, my son who was halfway around the world, my friends, Doris, my friend Mona, my sisters, everyone was there. I had people in the military who were sending me wishes or wanting me to live, my yoga community, my family, my friends. Their belief in me, in wanting me to live, was stronger than my desire to die. And that was the miracle. There was a shift. Around day 7, I don't know if it was day 7, it could be 8 or 9, still intubated, I had this realization, and it wasn't like I thought it. It was like the thought came to me that, no, it's not time. And I feel like the intention of all those people who cared, who loved me enough to even send a heartfelt intention, created the miracle, the shift. That their joint intention was so powerful. And when that shifted, I knew I was going to be... When you leave ICU, there's 2 doors. One goes to the morgue and one goes to a step down. You don't have any other choice. It's just 2 ways out. And when I became more lucid later in the week, I said to the doctor, I'm going out that door upstairs. And he looked at me. So I did manage to get upstairs. It was really cool. Don't you love when the universe sets up synchronicities? Because they happen a lot. The woman who came down, so I had been in bed for over 10 days, not moving, your body rots really quickly. Your teeth go first, then you start to stink. It's going to happen to all of you. I hate to tell you. But, the good news is it's not happening now. So you got to check, right? So that, my brother-in-law came in and my sister post would say, what's that stink? It's her. Yeah. In any event, so my first, when they do rounds, the doctors come in at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they do rounds. And it was my first day upstairs. I made it through the right door, or the door I knew I was going through. And this tall, he was Arab doctor, he was lovely, looked at me and he said, wow, none of us thought you were going to make it up here. And it seems like a miracle to me. But he said, You know, when I was looking at you, someone had posted above your bed in ICU pictures of you. And my twin sister had sent to my two sisters here and said, put these pictures above her bed so that they see her not as that sick person, but as healthy. There was a picture of me and my kids, picture of me doing yoga, you know, picture of my crazy, you know, hair. And he said, I would walk past you, and when I saw those pictures, I kept my eyes on that, on this healthy, vibrant woman. He didn't see, that wasn't what was lying in the bed. And he said, I kept my eyes there, and it really helped me focus on the possibility that you might get back. So he reminded me that, you know, there's lots to look at in our lives and tragedy as darkness, but you have a choice. You can keep your eyes focused on the light. And he did that. And he was part of the miracle in me, you know, coming back again. So it was just a lovely reminder to me. When I started teaching yoga and meditation, and, you know, so it's been 4 months, and I'm having more realizations about my way of being and my belief in the world. And I'm going to be really honest here. I'm going to be brave. When I did that yoga training, I did a lot of training. I did programs in yoga therapy. I did advanced training and all kinds of things. And I got back, and I couldn't get a class teaching yoga. I taught at Halifax yoga, and they relegated me to one 6 a.m. class. I did teach workshop. I wanted more. I was jealous of the young, fit, flexible teachers. I was an old broken army officer who found some health in moving my body, you know. So I was jealous of them. I was jealous of my sisters who had solid relationships. And I'm beginning to see this just now. So I'm really excited, it sounds weird, about what's going to transpire after this most recent heart opening. And, illness, tragedy, no matter what, I think to be human is to experience it. Have you not all had your own personal experiences with a tragedy, an illness, or a family member who does this? But, you know, you can be in that situation and be hopeful, or you can be fearful. And there's a world of difference, because fearful makes you bitter. It makes you afraid. It makes you angry. And hopeful makes you better. So it's a matter of shifting perspective. And these tragedies, I would have never, Rhonda, would I have ever left the army if it weren't for that incident of birth? I would not have gone. I couldn't shake myself out of my own belief structure. I needed hit in the head with a 2x4. Like, we need those things. They're gifts to make us stronger if we choose it. See, we have choice. We have freedom of choice. So, Tim, he compared me to freaking Mother Teresa. Like, come on. God, Tim. Like, he just puts the bar up here, and you're just trying to jump up for it. But, there was one. So, because of Tim, I kind of looked up some of the things she said, and some of her quotes are quite well known, you know. But there was one that I'm printing on my page because I want to get it right, that I hadn't heard, and it really spoke to me. She said, if we have no peace, it's because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. See, these tragedies, these illnesses, they got me really clear on what's important. And it's not about fighting, it's not about fixing, it's not about being the best or having the fancy car. The healthiest people, the happiest people in the world have the best relationships. It's about connection. It's about compassion. It's about looking out for each other, seeing the best in each other, Because let's be honest, we all have both. We have the devil and the demon all here. But it's what we choose to see in other people is how they turn up. So there is possibility for miracles all around if we keep our eyes focused in the right place.
Yes.